Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. I wanted to come on today and have a nice discussion on the power of transparency. Really, the power of transparency. So, I hope everybody's doing well. Um, and staying out of this, staying out of this cold weather. It's nice and crispy here in South Georgia this morning. It was warm yesterday, but again, man, furthering just in the conversation, and just try to continue to raise awareness. And not only that, though, raise awareness. The reason why is because raising awareness is key. It's key. I don't care how you slice it, but I wanted to have a conversation on the power of transparency. The power of transparency, and the reason why um, I know that it's key is because this is something critical when we start talking about transparency. It's critical when we talking about government and talking about accountability, right? One of the things to build trust within the community, one of the major pillars of building trust in the community is transparency. The one of the major pillar of building trust in any type of relationship is transparency, especially when we're talking government, especially when we're talking at the local level, at the city or the municipality, or the town, city or municipality, or also at the county level, or even at the state to all the way up to the federal level. Transparency is key, right? And now, being honest about transparency. When I speak on transparency, I'm not speaking from a naive perspective. I'm not speaking from it from a perspective of expecting everything to all of the information to be out there. That's not what it is, right? When I talk about transparency, the thing that I'm talking about is from a governmental perspective is being open and honest with the people, keeping the people informed on relevant information. And what I mean by relevant information, information that is pertinent to what is going on right now. And I think what is that not I think the issues that we have is that we have consistently had leadership that has not been transparent, have not been transparent, that have consistently provided mistruth, misleading information, have consistently not provided information that the people can actually see, right? That the actual people can see, right? And then just leave the people in the dark and then expect them to trust them and not only trust them, but give them grace. Expect them to trust them and give them grace. Excuse me. And the reason why they expect them to trust them and give them grace is the fact that they want the people to just believe whatever that they put out. And that right there is wrong. Just tell you that right there is wrong. 100% wrong. And if somebody is doing that, then they're not respecting the people. They're not respecting the community, and they're not being forthright and fulfilling the role of their jobs and the oath of office that they've committed to do. Now, and so this morning, I'm about to go and go get it and really talk about some stuff. But one of the things I keep talking about with transparency is, the lack of transparency in government throughout the Black Belt has hindered the Black Belt for years, right? And the majority of the non-transparency in government have come from Democratic elected officials, uh, uh, African American elected officials who have failed to be transparent, open, and honest to the community. And I'm being honest with the people. I think that those people have eroded the trust of the community based off of the level of trust the community gave because people were comfortable with feeling like they had representation in office. And those elected officials have taken that for granted. And the reason why I'm talking about they taking that for granted for because over throughout the years, we just trusted people to do what they said that they were supposed to do, or promise that they said they was going to do, and we did not have a sufficient amount of people to come back to inquire and to ask pointed questions to hold them accountable. By not doing that, then what has happened is many of these elected officials have grown way far too comfortable with just being able to say and do whatever, right? And then this is what they do when you have people. And then this is what they've done. When people do come and they ask questions about transparency, then there are a lot of pressures put on those individuals and their family members to try to keep them quiet. They paint them as a troublemaker, or they try to find something to hold over their head to keep them quiet so they can continue to do what they've always been doing. That is the reason why I have been committed to providing factual information, providing information not only that's factual, but information that you can actually verify and you can go see for yourself, right? And not one time of the numerous of posts that I made. Right now it's getting close to hundreds of posts that I've made since I started this journey at the end of October. Dealing with Perry County, dealing with in the Black Belt area. Not one time have anybody provided any verifiable proof, incredible proof, or even challenged what I said and said that I was lying. Not one single time. Not one single time. What we have done is we have had people that make posts, including elected officials, trying to control the narrative. And I'm about to go in and talk about the city of Marion, Mayor Dexter Hinton, that he tried to do that. And when he tried to say an outsider, he was referencing me, that was trying to spread misinformation. And I'm about to go show you that right now, right? And here we go. And this is the question. And the question is this, and I posted this about 4 hours ago. And in this question, I asked the question, has the city of Marion, Alabama been transparent about its water crisis? Right? In late November 2025, the city of Marion experienced a water crisis and was without water for several days due to failures in its aging water system, right? And I'm going to click on this so people can't say that I'm lying. This was a news article on WBRC Channel 6 News that they said people still without, no, I don't want that. They said people still without clean water in Marion after water main break Thursday, right? And this was the 23rd of November, right? And let's go to certain quotes, right? And this was a quote by a citizen, said, to not have sanitation's ability for their hands actually can endanger them, right? And talking about people battling cancers, right? Then when you go down here, you had Pastor Matthew, a local pastor, Matthew Wilson, says conditions are unacceptable. No one should live this way. And this is a news article that was published on the 23rd of November. Now I'm going to go back to here. Now, the one thing I want people to understand, and I want people to sit down and think about it. The people in Marion, many of the people that are upset about me posting about this are the ones that were without water, are the ones that was in line to get water, water was donated to them because of the actual water crisis that was in Marion, Alabama, right? So let's fast forward. I just wanted to preference that so we can fast forward and talk about some other stuff. Now, let's move on. That was in November 23rd, right? When that news article. On the 25th of November, I posted on a Facebook post about a letter from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management to the city of Marion, Alabama. The letter talked about the $1,455,000 that ADM had already given the city. The letter also reminded the city of Marion that they had a deadline on December the 22nd. By that date, the city had to submit the 2023 audit and a fiscal sustainability plan to remain eligible for funding, right? Let's go to that. Let's go to my Facebook page and everybody see, boom. And I laid it out and I talk about the letters. And these are the letters right here. You click on it, you can see it was dated the 19th. I provided this letter. You know why I provided this letter? Because I was able to go on the Alabama Department of Environmental Management e-file and provide this information because the citizens of Marion did not get this update from the mayor, did not get this update from his administration. But when I went in there and found it, I shared the information. And it talks about that, please see, they talked about that in March, as you see, that the financial audit funds, the $170,000 was transferred to the city on March the 17th, 2025. And then they confirmed receipt of the funds on the 21st. This was the first part of the letter. And then it goes into lay out what they need to do as far as with the fiscal sustainability plan, and still said that they had until December the 22nd of 2025 to turn in those documents. Right? Let's keep going. Let's go back. Right? Then let's fast forward a couple of days. On December the 3rd, I made another Facebook post. It was in response to Mayor Hinton making his Facebook post calling me an outsider. And you see December the 3rd. And this is what I said. I want to thank Mayor Dexter Hinton for sharing an update and an email from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, ADEM. He shared this after Councilwoman LaCroix asked questions to ADEM about what is happening in Marion, Alabama. Right? In the mayor's Facebook post, he said that an outsider was posting public information about the city and trying to make the city leaders look bad. Now, what the question that I have is, you guys see the information that I shared. I shared information that was shared with the city that the mayor did not share with the city. How me sharing information with the city that came from the actual organization that gave the city of Marion money originally back in 2023, and they had 2 years to have this application and these audits and everything done. But that organization came back after numerous complaints from the citizens in Marion to ADEM about the water situation. And in March made adjustment to the allocations that they did and gave Marion $170,000 to conduct audits in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022, and 2023. They gave them $170,000 that the city of Marion received on the 17th, and on the 19th of March, they reported that they confirmed that they received it. But I'm trying to make the leadership look bad for sharing public information that the actual mayor did not share. And I just want people, that's the only piece of update that the mayor of Marion, Alabama has made to the citizens of Marion, Alabama in reference to this water crisis. That's the only one. The only. Right? The only one. So let's go back. Right? And as I said, as of January 27, 2026, Mayor Hinton has still not given an official update to the people of Marion on 2023 audit and whether the fiscal sustainability plan has been sent to ADEM. Right? And as it could go, a transparent city government is one whose regular people can easily see what City Hall is doing, what money it is spending, and why, without needing special connections or arguments or filing a public records request. When city leaders aren't transparent and intentionally remain silent, it suggests they're withholding information, they're avoiding transparency, they're controlling the narrative, or dodging accountability. Now, below is a letter from ADEM sent to the city of Marion, Alabama on January the 6th, 2026. There are also emails between the CPA, the accounting firm, ADEM, the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, Mayor Dexter Hinton, and Marion City Clerk Laura Hinton. Right? These are included so people can read them and use them as information. Right? So here are the facts. Y'all know I like to deal with facts, not opinion, not emotion. The facts is the city of Marion missed the ADEM deadline on December the 22nd. to turn in the 2023 audit and the fiscal sustainability plan. The city asked for more time on December the 23rd, the day after the deadline, and ADEM gave them an extension until January the 21st, 2026. In the letter ADEM sent on January the 6th, ADEM said the accounting firm had delays because the city of Marion did not give the firm all the documents it needed to finish the audit. And the city had not paid the firm the full amount for the audit. Right? Right. And these are the links to it. And I just want people to see. I'm going to click on the links. Clicking on the links. This is from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. This is ADEM. This is the letter. As you see on January the 6th, they sent it to Mayor Hinton. And it's talking about the American, this is COVID funds, right? That's what American Rescue Plan Act is. COVID fund. And they talk about on November the 19th. This is what they laid out, right? That's where you go back and it confirms. Both of these add up to 1.4 million, right? And $55,000. That's what they add up to. And as you see, look what I said. This is from ADEM. It said the financial audit funds were transferred to the city on March 17th, 2025, and you confirmed receipt of funds on March 21st. The department had previously unsuccessfully requested submittal of the 2022 and 2023 audits on numerous occasions. Therefore, the department sent the November 19th letter indicating if the audited financials were not received by December the 22nd, 2025, the department will consider withdrawing the remaining funds designated for Phase 1 water treatment plant, upgrades, and allocated funds to another project within the state. The 2022 financial audit was received on November the 20th, 2025, but the 2023 audits has not yet been submitted. Now let's go here. On December the 23rd, 2025, Mr. Brian Espy of my staff, who is a member of ADEM, spoke with Mr. James Jim C. White Sr., CPA, whose firm, that's a certified professional accountant, whose firm, Banks, Finley and White and Company, conducted the FY22 audit. Mr. White indicated his firm had not been paid in full for the audits. This was on the 23rd of December. This was after they already got a $100,000 line of credit awarded to them. This was after they received $170,000 from ADEM to pay for the audit. But let me keep going. Mr. White also indicated he had been unable to complete the FY23 audits due to several delays caused by the city of Marion's inability to provide all the accounting and related information necessary to complete the audit in accordance with general accepted audit standards. Mr. White indicated he had spoken with you and received assurance that he would receive the required information requested by his firm. In addition, on December the 23rd, 2025, Mr. Espy spoke with you and you indicated that you were aware of the requested information and had spoken with the city clerk, Ms. Laura W. Hinton, regarding the matter. Ms. Hinton followed up with an email committing to providing the information needed by Mr. White. She and Mr. White each sent emails to Mr. Espy committing to submittal of the FY23 audit to the department no later than January 2026. Now, that's from the ADEM letter. Now, what I want to do is this, right? And this is this is some other things. I just wanted to show everybody this, right? So people can see. Because I love when people love to come and say, I'm dealing with the facts. Now, the question that I have to the community is, why don't the community heard this? Now, these are the emails that was being referenced, right? Y'all see this, right? Y'all see who it's from. Dexter Hinton. Y'all see the email address. There he sent it to Mr. Brian Espy. Y'all see the date. Y'all see the date. December 23rd. This is the day after the deadline. And this is what he said. Dear Mr. Espy, I have spoken with the city clerk and office staff about the city's 2023 financial documents. Right? Everyone is on board to assist in the necessary capacity to meet the January 20 deadline, 2026 timeline. Please see the below message from the city clerk. Godspeed. Y'all see that, Mayor Dexter Hinton. And this is from the city clerk. She said, Dear Mr. White, thank you for your correspondence regarding the status of the audit of the city of Marion, Alabama financial statements for the fiscal year ending September the 30th, 2023. The city of Marion acknowledges receipt of your letter and appreciate your continued efforts towards completion of the audit. We remain committed to cooperating fully with your firm and to providing the remaining requested accounting and related information necessary to complete the audit in accordance with generally accepted auditing standards. City staff has been actively working to compile, reconcile, and finalize the outstanding documentation requested. We appreciate your patience and understanding that these items are finalized in transmission. We acknowledge your anticipated report issuance date of on or about January the 20th, 26, barring any unforeseen circumstances, and we will continue to communicate proactively should any additional information or clarification be required to support timely completions, right? And y'all see that's from the city clerk and treasurer and magistrate, Laura W. Hinton, right? And you scroll on down, and this is Jim White. This is the from the CPA. All right, and this was his response, right? He was just saying, okay, he got that, right? Now, this is important. The reason why this is important is because I want people to really understand something. All right. Everybody always want to have something to say. But this is a clear failure on the behalf of the leadership. And I know there's some people talking about, man, why you always got something negative to say and why you can't give people grace and different things like that. No, this is the truth. Where have the citizens and the people of Marion received an update from the mayor or from his administration in regards to this? See, the only reason why people know it is because it was on a public site. It was on the Alabama Department of Environmental Management site that they upload their correspondence. If they didn't do it, if they didn't upload those letters that they sent to the mayor, nobody would know about it. Nobody would have a clue on about anything going on right now. Right? And the thing is, these are facts. This is not emotional. These are factual. This is showing a complete disregard, because I want to make this clear. I want to make this clear, and I want to point it out. I want to make this clear and point it out. Right, y'all see I got a little stain on my shirt right now. But I want to make this clear and point it out. The thing I want to make clear and point out is this, right? The original notification. As a matter of fact, let me go up, because I'm gonna come back to this. But yeah, I deal with facts, man. I deal with facts, truth, and information. I'm going to my page and I'm searching ADEM because I wanted to show people the original. Oh, here you go. On December the 3rd. On December the 3rd, if you go to my page under the title of Exposure Lead to Expansion, right? The original letter that was sent, I want everybody to look at this. Got doggone receipts. Now, Robert Shepard, why are you showing these receipts? September the 29th, 2023, when ADEM sent this, and that's where they outlined how much money they was given to the city of Marion, right? And how much those funds had to be obligated. But I want to keep going. Watch this. You are required to develop and implement a fiscal sustainability plan as required by the Federal Water Pollution Control Act. Okay. And y'all, let's look at this. Look at this. This was when they received this when ADEM posted. Look who, just look at this. It was sent to Marion. The address, the point of contact was Laura Hinton. And the responsible person was Dexter. Wow. Wow. Look at the funds. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So they said the project fund by June the 1st, 2026, this project should demonstrate the ability to complete construction within the statutory requirements. Let me keep going. And they got it broken down, right? This is all they had. They got it all broken down. I showed receipts. This is what I got from ADEM. Now, the thing I want to show people is they've known about having to do the audits and all this stuff and all those requirements since September of 2023. When I posted again, and I'm going to it, when I posted back on the 25th of November, when I posted on this page and where you got the ADEM letter, right, where it outlines that they gave them $170,000 to do $170,000 to pay for the grants. Now, let me see if I can keep going. Trying to see. Oh, yeah, was the 2nd of December. Another post that I made. This was the email that was sent to Councilwoman Ann LeCroy. It was sent to her in response to her inquiry about what's been going on to find any information, because they didn't understand a lot of the stuff as they came in, and this was laid out, right? But this was trying to be presented as if I'm lying. Now, this is the yeah, here you go. Yeah, I'm glad I got this. Now, y'all see on the 3rd of December. Now, this was Dexter post, right? He made a post trying to reference me, saying that I see that we have an outside person posting the city's public information with the intention to spin a negative narrative that the leadership you elected to do is doing something unbecoming. This email copy was given to the city council at the meeting by a council person updating them on the ADEM funding. As you can clearly see, it identifies how the audit fundings were spent and how much of the funding had been spent. Now let's go to the email. As y'all see here, this is where he circled. They got funding in March from 2018, 19, 2020, 2022, and 2023 to conduct those audits. So in March, you couldn't get all that paperwork in so they can complete those audits. Like when you try to show this, and watch this, I want people to see this. It was Ann LeCroy and Councilman LeCroy and Councilman Kenny, two of the new city council members, who emailed ADEM to find out information, because the mayor wasn't giving them information. But he tried to go and spin it like I'm trying to make them look bad, doing something unbecoming. No, you did that on your own. You did that on your own. And listen, people are saying this is black and white. Y'all look at the date of the email, December the 1st. And right, and this is all, listen, here it go. It talks about this. It lays everything out. And look, I want people to see this. Y'all see this amount? This amount right there, that $4,856,000. That is what is at stake for the city of Marion to lose because they missed the deadline and didn't get those audits turned in and didn't get the fiscal sustainability plan, a correct one, in on time. That is what is at stake. That is why I've been asking those questions, because guess what the city of Marion can do with that for almost $5 million? But people mad at me for asking questions. But you sitting here complaining, the same people mad at me for asking questions because you support the current administration. You mad because your water brown when you run your water down there in Marion. Make it make sense. Right? Y'all already, let me go back to what the esteemed mayor said. He said, an outside person posting city public information. How was it city public information if the city didn't publicly post it? This outside person who is from Perry County had the insight to go and get the information and then post it so it can be seen. Because if I didn't post it, nobody would have seen it. And I want anybody who disagree with me, tell me I'm wrong. Because how many things, if you go to the City of Marion website, if you go to the City of Marion Facebook page, if you go to their new water update page that they blocked me from, you will not see one thing updating them. They just picture, oh, we doing this, we doing that. Nothing talking about them losing this funding. Potentially losing it. Nothing talking about none of this stuff that's being shared. This information came from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management website. Now, this right here was updated from the mayor's personal Facebook page talking about city information, but he has a lot of the citizens blocked from his personal Facebook page. Now, he has the right to block them from his personal Facebook page, but he can't be communicating city business on his personal Facebook page if he's going to block people. Right? And I just want people to see that because people love to it. And this is black and white. This right here is black and white. I'm showing people. For example, I'm going back. Matter of fact, let me go back. I'm going back. I'm going back to my post from this morning. Going back to my post from this morning. And here it go. Y'all want to ask some questions. Like I always do, I ask questions, right? And these are the questions that I have. Why hasn't Mayor Dexter Hinton told the people of Marion, Alabama, any new information about the ADEM deadline? Now, those that support him, when your water brown and you got to buy bottled water just to cook and drink, or your body breaking out because of the irritation with the water, y'all need to ask your mayor that he said y'all elected. Y'all need to ask him what's going on with the ADEM, with the deadline for it. Right? The city said the 2023 audit would be finished by the 20th of January. When will the full audit be shared so everyone in Marion can read it? Matter of fact, where's the 2018, the 2019, the 2020, the 2022 audits? Where are they? Right? Why was it hard for the city of Marion to give the accounting company the financial papers and payments if it's needed to be completed? It needed to complete the 2023 audit. My question with that is, if you're already you're reconciling everything and you're doing everything already in decency and order, then why do you need all this extra time to turn in this paperwork? Right? And listen, I'm going to show you guys a copy of a budget and expenditure report that was prepared by the City of Marion city clerk, city treasurer, and magistrate. And then I'm going to share another example of what a budget expenditure and comparison looks like from a state. It was Minnesota State. So you can see the clear difference. One, it's hard to read, hard to understand. A lot of different colors, but it's hard to read, hard to understand. But it looks like something that was just put together just to say we did it. Right? And then they said, do the people in the community feel that, this is the last one, I want to read it, right? Do the people in the community feel that Mayor Dexter Hinton and his team have been honest and open about this, what's going on? Regardless if you agree with me or not, regardless if you think I'm a piece of sugar honey iced tea, regardless if you hate my guts, you got to ask yourself, have the city of Marion been transparent, open, and honest with the people concerning this matter, with the water crisis and what's been going on? Have they been honest? Have you heard from them about anything? Right? And that's why I say, if you're upset about it, cool. But that's why I'm saying your anger is misplaced. And it's okay. I'm completely fine. I am completely fine with you being upset. Right? But the question is, where have I lied at? Where have I lied? As you see on my post, I got the links where you can go to the alabama.gov website. That's not AI made up. Right? And you know what the funny thing with all of this, right? The funny thing with all of this is, and I just wanted to kind of hit on this before I have to get off. I got to go to an appointment. But the funny thing with all of this is just how much things switch up. You know, just last year, 4 years ago, during the last mayoral election, good old Perry County Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner was allegedly had some police officers that work for the city of Marion to go in the database to pull some derogatory stuff, allegedly pull some derogatory stuff out of the database so that he can try to use against Mayor Hinton. Even to the point to where they were brought up on charges. They were brought up on charges. And you know what the funny thing with all of that? Albert was a witness for the Attorney General office against those police officers that allegedly got the information for him to use against Dexter. That's the funny thing to me about all these people loyal to Albert. That man will throw you under the bus as quick as possible, and everybody know that. But this is the thing. It has been reported that Dexter is supporting Albert for re-election. That Laura is supporting Albert for re-election. And I wonder why. I wonder why. You know that saying, said things that make you go, I wonder why. Why the switch up? Why all of a sudden is all of this stuff kumbaya? Because it's politics. All about protecting the same people, protecting the lives, and people are afraid. They are afraid because they don't want nobody to come in. That's why they don't want nobody to look at books. That's why they don't want nobody to look at audits. That's why they don't want nobody asking questions. That's why they try to do everything they can to discredit people. Try to say that, somebody, like, you know what's funny? This is the funny thing with all of it, right? When Dexter said that an outsider was trying to spin the narrative to make the leadership look like they was doing something unbecoming, where have I spun a narrative? I just read what the letter said. These are the letters that were sent to the mayor. These were the emails sent by the mayor, sent by the city clerk. This is what the Alabama Department of Environmental Management said that the city didn't comply on numerous occasions. How is that me spinning the narrative versus me presenting facts? And you just didn't want the people to know about it. Now, I heard the sayings that Dexter said he was glad that I was on Albert and wasn't really talking about him, right? And, the reality is transparency and accountability is no longer an option. Ain't none of this personal, man. Just tell the truth. Be transparent with the people. Tell the people where the status is. That's all the people want. Like, I'm just telling you. And I would tell y'all, what they're afraid of is they know what the law says. See, anything dealing with fraud, they got 5 years so they can be prosecuted with it. See, that's why they don't want people to know. That's why they want to do all of this stuff and oppress people and make people be afraid to speak up, because they know people jobs, their family member jobs are tied to certain things, and they do this type of stuff. And they don't like people talking about them or talking about their family members. I don't care. Tell you that right now, I don't care, because they already did everything, and it ain't stopping. I just understand why. I'm really trying to understand why people are so upset with somebody providing factual information, the truth, black and white. Black and white. Why people are so upset about black and white being provided. That's what I'm trying to understand. And I'm being honest, because it really baffles me. And the reason why I say it baffles me, not so much that I'm not saying it in the sense of it baffles me that I care if they disagree with me or not. What baffles me is the mindset. The mindset of, hey, they feel like that they got to protect foolishness, right? The standard is the standard. The standard is the standard, right? And you still ain't going to hear from them. You still not going to hear from them. They'll do all of this other stuff, and people love to try to throw shade and try to do all of this other stuff and talk all of this stuff. But the funny thing is, if the city failed to turn in all of the paperwork for any audits, that's a failure on the city clerk, because that's a city clerk job. Right? That's a city clerk job. Now, I want to transition. Tonight, I'm curious of what's going to happen in the Perry County Commission meeting. I'm curious, and this is the reason why I'm saying I'm curious. I'm curious of what they're going to vote on in reference to, I wonder if a bill going to come across, the bill going to come across for the truck that Albert supposed to have been broke down about 6 weeks ago. He been driving around that old truck. I want to see what that bill going to be. Right? And listen, man, I would tell people on the interview that he did with Sunshine Media Group, it was supposed to have been the state of the county address. Uber disappointed. Because that wasn't the state of a county address. He spent all of his time talking about me. People don't understand the complexities of county government. And listen, I'm finna tell y'all exactly what he said on that interview. I just want y'all to hear it. The county, Perry County, is blessed to receive $200,000 a month from the landfill. He said that Perry County get $200,000 a month from the landfill. If Perry County get $200,000 a month from the landfill, that's $2.4 million a year. If Perry County got $2.4 million from the landfill last year, then why are you only reporting $1,303,057 this year on the revenue? What happened to the $1.4 million, Albert? I just want people to see how much he lied. He also said this. He said, if you go and there are COVID isolation cells in the jail, just because they don't have COVID on the door that doesn't mean it wasn't done. We also gave back $50,000 of that money. I just want to let people know, him saying that they gave back $50,000 of that money is a lie. You know how? It's in the minutes, right? They spent over $200,000, so they had to vote on giving more money to it. But he goes and he lies. He lies. He never refutes anything that I said with verifiable information. He just goes out and lie after lie after lie. And he said numerous of times on that interview about people not understanding the complexities of it. Well, you know what's funny, Albert? You know what's funny is for it to be so complex and you to be in for 25 years. I have done more in 3 months of breaking down and sharing information so people can understand those complexities in county government than you've done in 25 years. And you ever have the audacity to suggest that I'm jealous of you? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Right? Because you remember, Albert, when you said that Robert is not even in my league. No, I'm not. It's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. Right? You know why we're not in the same league? Albert, I have respect for individuals. I have respect for people. I operate under a moral code that aligns with integrity. Right? I don't seek power. I seek understanding and collaboration. Right? Everything that I've done in my life, all the highlights I've done in my life, has not been connected to my family name or been aligned with political office. I've been able to stand on my own 2 feet and navigate this 4-letter word called life under my own merit, under my own abilities, not having to manipulate and lie to people. Right? That's what it is. So to even you to suggest that or even try to spread those lies, there is not a bone in my body jealous of Albert Turner. I'm telling you that right now. Nowhere near close. Nowhere near close. And for somebody who's not in your league, Albert, why you keep reacting to the stuff that I'm putting out there? Why are you so nervous? Why are you fidgety? Why are you doing all of this stuff? Right, Albert, I'm asking you that. Why do this no-name nobody making you jump like Chris Cross back in the day? Jump, jump. Everybody make you jump, jump. Chris Cross will make you jump, jump. But I'm going to reword that since I rap. Robert Shepard make you jump, jump. Little Albert, he make you jump, jump. When he provide facts, he make you jump, jump. You be scrambling and you be a jump, jump. You see what I'm saying? You see how I can do that, Albert? The thing that bothers the people is they can't control the narrative. And the people that's been in positions of power for so long, they want to control the narrative because they want the people to believe them. That's why he's always talking about, he spent the whole Martin Luther King breakfast, supposed to be honoring Dr. Martin Luther King. He talking about the people trying to take your hope. What hope am I trying to take telling people that the people that's been in positions been lying to them? I'm trying to, how's that taking hope? Because the Bible said in Romans, the 5th chapter, it says that patience produces character, character produces hope, and hope does not disappoint. How many people have been disappointed about Albert and all his lives for 25 years? 25 years. And now you got a black man that come back who can read. I'm telling y'all what Albert said at the December Uniontown City Council meeting. He was like, just because you can read that don't mean you understand everything about government. Well, Albert, seems like you need to be reading. Because black and white is black and white, brother. Black and white is black and white. Now, my thing is this. This is to the city council members. I mean, not the city council, but this is to the commissioners. I'm curious if you guys going to have a backbone and stand up for your own self. Stop letting the Arab making the county look like a fool. Because that's what happened. That right there is 100% what's happening. All right? And Arab, Arab, I'm being honest with you. Why are you reacting to things that I'm pointing out that you said you was going to do, but you never did? And I'm curious to understand this, because this is what you said at the Martin Luther King breakfast, Albert. You said it now. This is what you said it. And you know you said it. You said just because you get a grant letter, that don't mean you got the grant money. That don't mean you got the money. He said sometime it take years. So I'm curious to now, have you received the money that Congresswoman Tara Sewell was able to give to it? Have the county received the money yet? And if they didn't, then why are you talking like you already got the money and you doing things for the Barnett King Center? I'm just saying, is it both ways, or which one is it? Because I provide receipts, I provide facts, and you have not one. Listen, out of all the insults, out of all of the stuff he does behind the scenes, out of all he talk about and rumors and all this stuff, out of all his cronies and all this stuff, not one of them has said I lied. And if I've been putting out wrong information, if I've been attacking an individual personally, I would have been hit with a cease and desist or a defamation lawsuit. And you know why I haven't? Because I've only used his words and I dealt with black and white facts. So that's the question. So everybody that disagree and don't like it and saying I'm on the county GoNads and I'm GoNad riding and I'm so jealous, where have I lied? Where have I misspoke? Where have I lied? I do know that when I was in Marion, I went live in front of the courthouse when somebody, a credible source, provided me with information that I misspoke about the $60,000 that I said that was spent on the Barnett King Center, which it wasn't that. It was the $60,000 spent on the temporary buildings that they rented for voting back in 2024. And I came back as loud as I called out. That's how loud I was correcting myself. But where have I lied about what Albert said? Cedar Bluff Road still ain't nothing being done. Nothing being done. Albert talked about all of these roads. They got $4.5 million to repair roads. What roads y'all seen been fixed in Perry County since October? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I just want people to be honest. I just want people to be real. I want people to be honest. And I want people to, transparency and accountability is no longer optional. Dexter, Honorable Mayor Dexter Hinton, you need to talk to the people. Your silence screams louder than what you may think. No matter what that you think about me, your duty is to the citizens of Marion, Alabama. Your duty is to the business owners of Marion, Alabama. And I will tell you one thing, if I was business owner, I'll do a class action. I will come together, do a class action lawsuit against the city for lost wages because they can't keep the infrastructure up. I'm just telling you that. Like, stop playing with people and do your goddamn job. And for the record, Dexter voted. They had a 3-2 vote in November to vote to remove Laura as the city clerk. And Dexter inserted himself in that vote to tie it up 3-3 to keep her in that position. I believe that that was an illegal vote. But they need to look at, the city council members need to look at that and read the handbook and find out what the legalities in there. Because the mayor can vote the tie vote, not the tie vote up. So that's him underlining the will and the authority of the city council. Now, for the people with that, y'all clock that T. However y'all want to say clocking, whatever that crazy stuff is. right? And I deal with black and white. I've been dealing with black and white. If you go back, I showed that information today, right? The information today is in black and white, but it wasn't provided by the city administration. It wasn't. I provided black and white from the beginning. From the beginning. And the only people mad is those who are scared that they're going to lose something or scared of being exposed. But listen, transparency is real transparency, real accountability is not biased. It's not biased, right? There's a lot more other stuff to talk about. Mag, you're right. He can vote to break the tie, but not make it one. But he did. So that's why I said the city of Marion, the city council, y'all need to get in and understand what your authorities are, what the rules are, right? And I keep telling people, you ain't got it. These are grounds for impeachment. You can impeach the mayor for his inability, his incompetence. You can do it. Y'all think I'm not just throwing it out there. Those are options to the people. But a lot of people are afraid to speak up. But guess what? I got your back. I'll speak for you. I'll speak for you. Hey, y'all go ahead on and have a great day. Stay warm. You know, this weather disrespectful. But again, man, educate to elevate, expose to expand. Right? It's all about changing our mindset. Changing our mindset. You guys have a great day. And I want to leave you with this. Two things. One, they have yet, not one time, said that I was lying. Not one time. The second thing, if I have lied and spoke a mistruth, please provide me with credible, verifiable information of that fact, right? And I will gladly come back on and scream from the mountaintop that I was wrong. Right? At the end of the day, God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of sound mind. Of love, of power, and of sound mind. And I want to leave you guys with this. Because I got to go. Yeah, I got to go. Leave you all with this. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Here it go. Isaiah 10, 1 and 2. Woe to those who make unjust laws, to those who issue oppressive decrees, to deprive the poor of their rights and withhold justice from the oppressed of my people, making widows their prey and robbing the fatherless, right? Do not pervert justice. Do not show partiality to the poor, favoritism to the great, but judge your neighbor fairly. Do not go about spreading slander among your people. Do not do anything that endangers your neighbor's life. I am the Lord. How long will you defend the unjust and show partiality to the wicked? Defend the weak and the fatherless. Uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Rescue the weak and the needy. Deliver them from the hand of the wicked. This is the one that I wanted to hit. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. Perry County is the second poorest county in the state, has the highest unemployment rate in the state, and the 23rd poorest county out of over 3,100 counties in the nation. Destitute, that word destitute means the basic necessities of life. I think I'm doing what the Lord says. I think I am doing what the Lord says. And for those who's supposed to be men and women of the cloth and take issues with what I'm doing, go read your Bible again. Go read your Bible again. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day.